Hey guys, Survival here, and I just want to quickly go over a very important topic rather quickly, and that is get out of debt. As far as I'm concerned, and I'm sure Bushcraft would agree with me, everyone who's into prepping should be out of debt or on their way to getting out of debt. Debt is your biggest enemy. Debt is the single greatest liability that in most cases will compound and always automatically increase itself in the form of interest. You're probably thinking, how can I get out of debt? I've got a lot. What can I do? Well, it's actually very simple. What you need to do is put literally $5 or $10 aside each week. Put it in a money box, put it in a cash box. But make sure that whatever money box or cash box you put it in, it can be dropped into without having to unlock. Once the money box or cash box is full, grab the key out and use that money to reduce your debt. This can be done in a larger manner by allocating a certain percentage of your income the moment it comes into your bank account to go towards paying back your debt. Now, for a lot of people, this is achieved by simply moving that percentage of money to another account, an account which they have taken many lengths to ensure that they do not just go withdrawing money for the sake of it. It might sound easy, but in practice, it's often hard to do. Why? Because there's a lot of other things that are expected of us. We've got to pay bills, we've got to pay other unforeseen expenses, we've got to cover our living expenses, and we all want to go and spend some time out with some friends. However, if you're in debt, you really should consider reducing how many times you go out with your friends. Because if you're going out with your friends, that's costing you a lot of money. Now, by no means am I saying to abandon your friends, but the point I'm making is just to catch up with your friends. You don't have to, if all you want to do is catch up with your friends, you don't have to go out to somewhere expensive to eat or anything. You can go around to each other's places, or you can meet up somewhere and have a coffee. Just don't let that turn into a meal of multiple courses and or dessert. And don't let that turn into a night out clubbing or drinking alcohol, because that's a very quick way to turn an otherwise cheap and affordable outing into a very expensive one. Focus on eliminating your debt. Once you've eliminated your debt, a lot of stress will be gone from your life. Then simply live within your means. Some people say live below your means. It's really the same thing. What they mean is make sure that of the money you earn, there's enough after tax that can cover all the bills, all the other expenses such as your living expenses. Some can be put aside, and the remainder is all you spend. Now, of that sum that can be put aside, that can be broken up into two groups if you're a prepper. Group A, sum that gets put aside and kept in your account. And Group B, money you spend on prepping. If you determine these percentages, once you're out of debt, you will be able to remain out of debt. You can also use this same rule of breaking it up by certain percentages to ensure that you're able to pay back your debt by allocating so much of your income to cover your expenses, to cover those unforeseen expenses, a large chunk to pay off debt, and a small bit to keep in the bank. But when you're actually trying to get out of debt, avoid going out. It's perfectly okay to say, look, I'm sorry, I've actually got work, or I'm having to work overtime, even if you're not. These are all socially acceptable reasons as to why you can't go out. If your friends actually value you, they will accept this, and they will be okay with it. Otherwise, I would seriously reconsider if they are actually your friends. And remember, stay safe in the bush.